What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse ranch no hate. Now, I want to talk about Mike Tyson's Legends Only League. Now, I was thinking about this, you know, after the fight, after the event itself. And I'm going to give you my take on something. Now, let's look at the show itself. Now, first off, let me say I'm glad that it was successful, that it did the numbers that it did. And, fighters was able to get paid some good money. And I know Mike and Roy definitely did. But here's the thing, okay? After that event, people was disappointed. Now, diehard Mike Tyson fans are talking about Mike won, Mike won. Nah, man, that was robbery, Mike won. They don't realize that the event itself, it was what it was. But I didn't expect any more, really, or less from Mike and Roy, to be honest with you. So what I saw is kind of what I expected. You know, that being said, that was the only exhibition on the card. Okay? Pause. So, the main event being an exhibition, people were disappointed. Now, fans in general are saying Mike held back. They both held back. Regardless, they both held back. But let me say this. Where Mike is, the position he's in right now after the fight, remember he said that Roy's going to fight on the next card. Here's the thing. Because of the disappointment that people had, pause. So like I said, because of the disappointment of that event, Mike is going to be in a position where he's going to have to actually really fight someone. So even if that is Holyfield, because I'm hearing Holyfield saying it's looking like it's going to happen, but they're both talking about exhibition and for charity. They're going to have to go harder than Mike and Roy did. Or it's just the whole thing is just not going to work. Or Mike's going to be in a position where he's going to have to stay off the card physically and have other people come on the card and fight. Because let me just say again, exhibitions, they're not allowed to go for a knockout. The referee will stop the fight if guys start to get too rough in an exhibition. That's just part of the rules. So he's going to have to find ways to put these events together. And of course, it's not going to be a monthly thing or a week, nothing like that. It's just going to be whenever he put the event together, you want it to be successful. But the thing is, they're going to have to do without exhibitions. Because in all honesty, if you're concerned about getting knocked out or trying to not knock a guy out and you're holding back too much, of course, it's going to get to a point, you're only getting older. At some point, it's like, okay, you know what? Nah. And people are just not going to buy the pay-per-view. They're not going to be into it. Then on top of that, who do you have on that card that people really want to see? So he's going to have to be crafty with who he's able to get on there. And he's going to have to, definitely deliver. Because for people to just go in their pockets and pay money to see people fight, if you took Mike and Roy off that card doesn't do what it did. But at the end of the day, I was just thinking about that because, I was watching the interview with Evander Holyfield, and Holyfield was saying it looked like it's going to happen. Like, when he's in shape, he's ready. But yeah, he talked to Mike. It looked like it's going to happen. But again, who else is on this card? Who else is on this card? And then you guys can't come in and do the same thing that Mike and Roy did, or it's not going to work. So hopefully they can put the right pieces together. And like Mike said before, hey, I'm trying to get any people from different genres. You could have Meta World Peace. I forgot who he matched them up with, but there's certain people, even certain people who just don't get along. Like I don't want to see Shaq and Charles Barkley. By no stretch do I want to see that. But I'm just saying, you see how they have had heated conversations on their show, the NBA show, the halftime show, and how they go back and forth. And I remember one time something happened, and Charles Barkley was trying to explain something about when he did or I would have did this and this, and Shaq was saying, I'd have punched you right in your face if you'd have did this or this and this. Like, so they was like really heated. They've done this before back and forth with each other, but there's different people who don't really like each other. You got all these different guys who these rap guys are just certain people who don't like each other. They always jumping on Instagram or some kind of social media threatening each other and talking about what they gonna do and whatever. So maybe, it depends. And it has to be worth it. I mean, not to just get somebody in there. The guy's not in shape. The guys can't box. They don't. I mean, they don't take it serious. They come in with this ego. They just want to get paid. It can't be that. I do think that the commentary should be different. To be honest with you, you got commentators just sitting there cursing and carrying on, and just like it wasn't even serious, And the event just would have felt even more important if the commentary would have been different. I mean, no, Snoop did what they allowed him to do. Him and yeah, Sugar Ray was there, and I forget the other UFC fighter name that was there and all. But you have to have some professionalism in your show. I mean, like all the constant cursing, the smoking weed. Now, for people that's into that, they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't see nothing wrong with it." Nah, but let's be real, man. Are you putting on a circus act or actual show? At some point, certain things you can get away with. Then at some point, some is like, man, come on, this is what is this? For commentary to be like comedy hour instead of people actually calling a fight, understanding what's going on in that ring, and really, Sugar Ray understands what's going on. But to put Snoop there and just let them all just say whatever they want to say is like, that's up to them. But I think all that at some point it starts to hurt the show and its growth and going forward. So I think they might want to rethink about the next show, how it goes forward, going forward. What do we eliminate? What do we make more professional? Because it doesn't feel like an actual event. When you do that, it's just like, you got guys in there. When Nate got knocked out from the very beginning, the way Nate ran across the ring and how Nate, every time he'd run in, throwing wild shots, they clinch, run in, and it's like, yeah, it was just a sloppy fight. And I'm saying Nate gonna get knocked out. He's gonna run into something and get stretched. And that's exactly what he did. And basically is what I'm saying. These guys can't box. So when you put these guys in the ring, put them on a card, and you stack up a card with guys that just really can't fight, then it's like, what are we doing? And I want to see it successful. I want to be able to see something else. We have boxing and, something else to get into, more fights for us to enjoy. But when you put shows together like that with guys that can't fight, then, I mean, it is what it is. But I hope that whatever complaints about the show, the things that shouldn't happen, hopefully for Mike, him and his team, they can get together and look at those things and eliminate, the unprofessional things. We don't need to see people sitting there smoking weed, man, and cursing and carrying on throughout the show. Like, seriously, it needed to feel like a boxing event. It needed to feel like something big. That's what it was. That's the way it was promoted. Not to feel like a bunch of guys sitting at a local bar somewhere, just put a ring together and getting there and fight, and everybody just sitting around narrating what's going on and cursing and carrying on, bro. Like, I mean, we all slipped the 4-letter word here and there, but I'm just saying, there's some things that I feel like should be done differently going forward. Now, if that happens or not, so be it. But I was just thinking about it because, Mike seemed like he was happy about, the event itself. And like I said, you love boxing, so hey, man, it's something else for us to watch. But there's some things that they can do without, and hopefully, the next show that they put together is looked at as a boxing event, and then it comes off better to the fans than the first one did. Because if the second one people have the same complaints, it probably won't be a third one. And if it is, it's gonna, pretty much gonna bomb. You can't just keep doing the same things the same way. And just having celebrities sitting there cursing and smoking weed is not gonna change it. So anyway, hey, but look, I wish, the league nothing but the best. Hopefully they can just keep it pushing, and hopefully that it becomes more enjoyable. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say on that. I will catch y'all on the next video.